Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center. In today's video, we're looking at Gyarados deck featuring some other cool deck cards like Marshadow, Zipstrika, Oranguru, Volcanion, Tapu Lele, and Vulpix. But before we speak about other cards, we're just gonna focus on the Gyarados 150 HP water Pokemon with Distilled Blast attack from the latest team up set, which says that for one energy card you can hit for 30 plus you need to reveal the top 7 cards of your deck. Then this attack does 30 more damage times the amount of water energy you find there. Then shuffle those energy cards back into your deck and discard the other cards. Theoretically speaking, with Gyarados we can hit for like 210 from turn to turn, maybe even more, or maybe for like 240. As long as we can discard 7 energy cards. I mean, it is a very good deck. It is a very strong attacker for a single energy card, but the biggest problem with this deck is the amount of the cards that you're going to discard with Distilled Blast. And this is the reason why we need to have some recover cards like Pulpad, like Brock's Grit, and energy recycle systems and the rescue stretchers. Otherwise, this deck won't work, especially in the early stage of the game, if you attack with the Distilled Blast and if you discard a lot of good valuable resources. Gyarados is the only and main attacker in this deck. We're not running any type of energy acceleration like Aqua Patch or maybe something like Energy Switch or those type of the cards. We're just going straight away for that one energy attachment and for Distilled Blast. There are some other cards, for example, that I'm running in this build. For example, 2 alone Vulpix with the Beacon. Just because if we start with the Beacon, we can already be in a position to set up 2 Pokemons that we need. For example, we can go with Ditto, Zipstrika away. We can go with maybe Oranguru, Marshadow play, where we can simply resource management and let loose in order to set up faster and recover some of the lost resources. Then there's also one of each Tapu Lele and Marshadow for the draw support. I also play one Ditto and one Zipstrika. Ditto can also evolve into Gyarados as for example. I'm also running one Oranguru with resource management and one copy of Volcanion with the Jet Gazer. That's all from the Pokemon lineup. Moving on to the item cards, we're gonna find 2 rescue energy recycle systems, 2 rescue stretchers, 2 Brock's Grit for the Pokemon and energy recycle. For the setup, 3 copies of Brooklet Hill, 4 copies of Ultra Ball, 3 copies of Nazball, so you can have fast, strong setup, 2 copies of Pulpad for the supporter recycle, 8 draw supporters, 4 Cynthias, 2 Erika's Hospitality, 2 Lilies, 1 Cyrus, because why not if we play a water Pokemon deck, and also 3 copies of Guzma featuring 14 regular and basic energy cards. And the thing that we can also mention, for example, can be a Gyarados with Vintage Anger, which says that this attack does 50 damage for each Magikarp in your discard pile. So we can theoretically go for 200 if we have 4 Magikarps in our discard pile. But in addition to that, we also need to have that Ditto, which will evolve into Gyarados instead. And overall, this is the deck list that I'm going to use in today's video, so make sure to hit a thumbs up and sub to the channel if you already didn't. So see you in the game. Alright, so we are live, coming with this Gyarados deck. Gyarados. Really like Gyarados cards. A huge fan of Gyarados, but I'm not a huge fan of this type of the opening hand, that's for sure. What I like about Gyarados is the fact that it's always powerful. I mean, we also had that Gyarados from Ancient Origins like a year ago or something like that, and that deck even won some big tournaments as well. It was very good deck back then with Team Magma Secret Base, if my memory serves me well. Well, speaking about opening hand, I mean, it's ridiculous there are like 5 energy cards, 2 Magikarps, and energy recycle system. So I'm hoping for some kind of top deck as usual. Otherwise, this game will go in very bad direction. I don't want to top deck some sort of Erika's Hospitality. Neither my opponent actually have good opening hand, to be honest, so yeah. I managed to top deck Lily, so I guess I'm gonna go with Lily for 2. And quack, 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 quack. Just the Rescue Stretcher and the Brug's Grid. So what else you can get? Alright, I mean, at least my opponent right now has Cynthia available, so probably Cynthia was a top deck. Rare Candy Gardevoir should be perfect scenario for him. Oh, Brooklet Hill, so he actually do me a favor there with the Brooklet Hill play, mainly because right now I can grab myself Vulpix, put it on the bench, retreat 2 Vulpix, search my deck for 2 Pokemons, and hope to set my Gyarados in play, potentially even for the knockout, we shall see. Alright, what's gonna be the top deck? Erika's Hospitality, interesting. One thing is for sure, I'm gonna go with the Vulpix, then I'm gonna Rescue Stretcher for my Magikarp, and I can play Energy from my hand, and then I can play Erika's Hospitality. Alright, not that bad. One Ultra Ball for some sort of yeah, it will be for Ditto for now, and since I played support a card already, I'm thinking just about retreating to Vulpix, so I'm gonna let my opponent to take at least one more prize card. For the next turn with the Beacon, I will search this type of the play. Main strategy here is just to thin deck to like 10, 11 cards or something like that, and then just hit hard with Gyarados. So I can allow my opponent to take a couple prize cards until I manage to set up, so it's not gonna be super effective anyways if he took 2 prize cards, because I can hit for the 1-hit knockout anyways to respond back quickly. So even Shedinja wouldn't be that bad in this deck, but again, it's very vulnerable to... Oh, seriously, dude? He just hit me for like a 30? That actually hurts a lot. He only managed to hit for 30, so that can be a big deal here. So we're gonna go with the Brooklet Hill for something like Volcanion in this scenario. Other than that, I'm ready for the Ultra Ball play for Brooklet Hill and the Brug's Grid. And in this scenario, I'm not gonna even take another Gyarados for now. So this can be a Pulpet play for something like this. This should be a energy recycle play. Alright, then I'm ready for Cynthia, and I need only energy card in order to retreat. Other than that, I think I don't need anything else. Energy for retreat would be a perfect thing. And then I can still even play Sprint. The most important thing is not to draw too many energies, quite obvious, right? Really trying to thin my deck as much as possible. So how many energies do I have? 9. Alright. I can go for the knockout for sure, and I will definitely try to get knockout here with the Jet Gazier. So we'll actually force my opponent to promote something else in the active position, like maybe Routes or maybe Vulpix. Because I don't think I can discard so many energies anyways, so let's see. Two Cynthia's, Gyarados, Oranguru, Cyrus, and Tapu Lele discarded, so I barely managed to hit for like 60. But at least I took the prize card, and that's the most important thing, right? I'm hitting for like 30 plus each energy discarded, and I hit for like 60. And right now I have only 23 cards left. The thing that considers me is the fact that I already discarded another Gyarados, but at least I have another Gyarados available on the bench and one more Magikarp as well, so that's okay. There's a Secret Spring, and right now my opponent can go for 150. That's one hit knockout versus Gyarados. Again, I can go for the knockout, or maybe trying to deal some damage to Gyarados. It is a little bit tricky decision, to be honest. First I'm gonna shuffle some of my energies into my deck. And there's some sort of lag going on in this game, I don't know why. So still trying to find out what is going on with the game. Why the game is lagging, I don't know. I have no clue. I have no idea what is going on. I just played that energy recycle system, and right now I'm waiting for the cards to be reshuffled back. Alright, so finally something happened. We're gonna go with the Brooklet Hill for another Magikarp, and then I'm gonna go with Cynthia. And once again I will use my Jet Gazier. And I'm even ready for another Ultra Ball in this case. And I only have Marshadow left, so I hope I'm not gonna discard at least Brock's Grit or maybe Rescue Stretcher. Because if I discard one of these two cards, this is gonna be completely disaster for me. Rescue Stretcher and Brock's Grit, both discarded. Oh my goodness. That's some serious issues here, especially if I don't get Gyarados for the next turn. But the good thing is that right now I'm actually in a very good position because I'm down to only like 14 cards, and most of those cards are actually energy cards, so that's a good thing. And for the next turn I need to discard 7 energies. For one hit knockout versus Gardevoir. It's not gonna be easy task, especially right now when I lost that Rescue Stretcher and Brook's Grit. That's actually very painful. The only thing that I can do for the next turn is just to play Marshadow and hope for the Brook's Grit play, and then to play Zebstrika and potentially get that Gyarados. Otherwise, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to attack. So there's Power Draw with the Swampert. I mean, I took 2 prize cards. One Gyarados is prized. Unfortunately, I was not able to get that prized Gyarados into my hand. So there's Infinite Force for the 150. Quite obvious. I don't have free retreat available, so some sort of Tapu Koko would be great. Guzma top deck, not the card that I actually need. Nine energies remaining, and a Brock's Grit, which I really need. So I really need to go with the Martial of Let Loose, and I need to get that Brock's Grit. Otherwise, not Erika's Hospitality, for fuck's sake. Let's go with the Sprint. Our only hope here. And again, I didn't get what I was looking for. Alright, still for the next turn at least, I can have my Brock's Grit ready. I'm even thinking about maybe throwing this Guzma out of the play straight away for something like... Eight energies in discard pile, that's a lot. That's a lot of energies. But I simply need that Brock's Grit. And I still didn't get Brock's Grit. Oof. Oof. This looks so painful. Literally. If I don't get Brock's Grit next turn, as a top deck, game would be over, definitely. And I need to avoid knockout versus one of my Magikarps. Oh my gosh. When you play Erika's for like 5 cards and you miss Brock's Grit, and the only card that you really need is a Brock's Grit, you know that you're in a deep trouble. And again, I need to promote something to the active position, and that something needs to be... Nine, 10, 11, 12, 13. If I skip one turn, it's over anyways, so... I can try to risk, basically, with Guzma. Brock's Grit is a top deck. So, yeah, I need to reshuffle back. Gyarados, Magikarp, another Gyarados, some sort of Martial to play, and a couple energy cards, and if I have 4 in my hand, and if I have 2 right here, but what if we just Magikarp on the bench, 2 Gyaradoses, 2 energy cards, 3 energy cards, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Five energies remaining. With 5 energies, I can't do too much. I can go with the Beacon for 2 of my Gyaradoses. But yeah, with 5 energies, the game is over, unfortunately. At least this game number 1 is over, so... It wasn't going a good direction anyways from the beginning of the game. I mean, the Gardevoir, probably the worst thing you can face up, because it can easily pump up energies and hit hard. And the moment when I discarded Brock's Grit and Rescue Stretcher in a single turn actually cost me the game. So there was no way that I can actually recover back. I mean, I don't even have Ultra Ball available. If at least this Nazball was an Ultra Ball, then the whole different story would happen. Potentially, I would be able to Martial to my opponent and maybe even to knock this Gardevoir out, but that's just in theory, right? I mean, I still I still think I can maybe potentially play Guzma onto his Swampert. But I don't see how I can actually get those energies back into my deck anyways, so I have 4 energies and I'm hitting for 150, so I can take at least one more prize card. If there was a Marshadow, then the whole different story would happen. But unfortunately right now I'm just hitting for 120 and I'm shuffling back those energies, and I'm probably taking another Nazball. Quite useless. And that's it. That's the knockout with my opponent Gardevoir for 150. And there's even the Anta, so he can grab himself any 2 cards that he wants from the discard pile. So Rare Candy and Rescue Stretcher. Really not sure why is this necessary, because yeah, maybe he just wants to be nah, he just decided to Infinite Force instead. Alright, so let's move on to the game number 2. I'm sure we can improve this in the game number 2. Alright, very interesting opening hand, I should say that. I'm gonna start with 1 copy of Oranguru in the active position. More than that, I'm ready for the Magikarp play. I'm following that Magikarp. I'm gonna top deck another Magikarp, then I'm gonna play a Nazball into some sort of data play. One rescue management, resource management can be used at the next turn. I can even go with Erika's Hospitality at my turn 1, but what I can draw with Erika's Hospitality? Nothing. Pretty much. Ha! And he just decided to beacon. You gotta be kidding me there. Zorua ×2. Yeah, I can already say that this is gonna be an interesting game to watch. So, at least I top decked Cynthia. And I have another Magikarp available for energy attachment. And more than that, I'm just gonna use my resource management so I can recycle back both Nazball and Cynthia for now, and wait for the next turn. Next turn my opponent can set up 2 Zoruas on the bench, and who knows what else he can play. With 3 copies of Magikarp in play, I already built up a strong position. One of those 3 Magikarps also have 1 water energy for attack. And there's Mysterious Guardians Alolan Ninetales GX, which says that when you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemons, during your turn you might search your deck for up to 2 item cards, reveal them and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. It's really interesting how they just decided to place when you evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, not Alolan Ninetales, when you evolve Alolan Vulpix into Alolan Ninetales. So he's probably searching for 2 item cards, Field Blower and Pokemon Communication. Interesting decision, was a Field Blower. I'm running 0 tools in my deck. Alright, so there's Energy Lotto for this unit energy, which is also Darkness and Fairy as well, and another Magikarp as a top deck. So I guess I'm gonna go with Lily. And more than that, I will play Ultra Ball, which should be for Gyarados, for Cyrus. Should I go? Nah, I'm not gonna go with the Cyrus for now. I'm gonna go with Ultra Ball for this. Into Zebstrika, but I'm not gonna play Zebstrika this turn. Energy should be attached. I can Pulp Pad, for sure. One, two. Yeah, I can Pulp Pad for 2, and then I can Resource Management for 2. And I can keep that Cyrus for the following turn, because it is going to be very broken Cyrus next turn. I can definitely say that. I mean, I'm going to Cyrus and return 2 Zorax from my opponent bench, And theoretically, I might be even able to finish the game by knocking out his Ninetales. But Cyrus will definitely be broken play for the following turn, I can say that. And the good thing is that the Snow Wind cannot knock my Magikarp on the bench as long as I have Submerge ability. So that's the thumbs up play for on that Magikarp on the bench. 4 Magis, yeah, we can call Magikarp Magi. 4 Magis on the bench. And that's the army of the Magis. Still none of them managed to evolve into Gyarados. So the Cyrus text says that you can play this card only if your active Pokemon is Water or Metal. And then the rest of the text says your opponent chooses to bench the Pokemon and shuffles the other cards and shuffles the other Pokemon and all cards attached to them into his or her hand, into his or her deck, not into his or her hand. Anyways, let's see what's gonna happen next. 70 and 30 to Zebstrika. Nope, he targeted one of my Magikarps, so that was a misplay. Again, I'm thinking about maybe retreating, trying to get that energy, or maybe just going with the Cyrus for the following turn. I think I already built a strong position, so I'm gonna go with the sprint. Actually, I should actually even sprint turn before when I think twice. But never mind. Let's see what we can get with the Lily. Energy is the card I'm looking for. I did find energy cards, so I'm gonna definitely retreat onto my Gyarados. If I shuffle back 3 energies, I have much greater chance to hit more energies with my Distilled Blast. So let's see how many energies we can find. 3, and I lost 2 Brock's Grit. Phew. My goodness. But at least I still have Rescue Stretcher and Ranger available, so it's not that bad. I mean, I strike for 120, so that's a lot of damage with single energy card, right? I'm trying to build up good strong position here. The only way that my opponent can knock my Gyarados out would be to get some sort of Professor's Kukui and the double course energy for Zoroark, and then in that case he would still be short for like 10. And also he would need the Water Field. So if he can find that combo, then he can definitely knock me out. Otherwise, he won't be able to knock me out this turn. But there we go with the Water Field. Will there be Professor's Kukui DCE? We shall see. Or he can maybe play Atsurola and strike me for 130. Maybe with the Lycanroc play, he can do maybe Knockout versus Magikarp, or maybe Knockout versus Oranguru. We shall see. So he have like 130. Alright, so he was short for like 20. Cool. Definitely cool. I'm thinking about just going with Erika's Hospitality for now. That's perfect. I didn't draw too many dead cards, I should say. So I can grab my Gyarados number 2. I can put him into play. I also have Gyarados number 3 in my hand. And the most important thing here is the fact that I can also play my Rescue Stretcher. And I can put another Gyarados into my hand. And right now I think I build up strong position where I'm not going to need any more of those Gyaradoses. So the next thing that I'm going to do will be a Ultra Ball play for something like Vulpix. I'm looking forward to discard my Vulpix as well with my Zebstrika. And more than that, I'm trying to hit for as much as I can. And again, I didn't draw too many energies. I didn't draw a single energy. And there are only 3 energy cards. So again, I'm hitting for 120 once again. I discarded 2 Brooklet Hills and 2 Brooklet Hills, and I think 1 copy of, or 2 copies of Nest Ball. The good thing is that I have Palpad available if I'm gonna need it for that Brock's Grit play, or maybe Guzma. Rest of the cards in my hand are more than perfect. I'm down to 16 cards, I'm discarding 7, and I think I have a lot of energies left, at least 10. I'm not sure how many of them are actually prized. Escape Rope and Ultra Ball, so we might see that play right now. I will probably promote my Wrangler in the front anyways. But first, my opponent is ready to go with 1 copy of Trade. He discarded Rescue Stretcher. He definitely needs Macargo in this game, so he can search the deck that he needs and trade it, and drop it with the trade. I'm very pleased by the setup so far. I have 4 Gyarados in play, 3 of them are actually with energy attached. I have 16 cards remaining, and a lot of energies also in my deck. I mean, next turn I can even consider maybe taking the Knockout versus Macargo if he scoop his Zorg this turn, but probably he won't do that. And there's a Lycanroc play, so he might decide to target one of my benched Pokemons like Zebstrika in this case, but I'm highly doubting about that, so he just decided to not do that. He still had 1 trade available, so if he have actually he can do a good play there. Escape Rope and then maybe multi-switch play. Nope, he didn't do that. Instead of, he just decided to knocks me out. Perfect. Guzma, another Guzma top deck. There's a lot of Guzmas in my hand. For now, how many energies? 2, but if I use Brock's Grid, I also need to shuffle back those Magikarps and Gyaradoses, and it's not gonna be good anyways. So let's just go with this Tilted Blast and see 3 energies, more than enough for the knockout. I'm happy with that. So there we go, 120 once again. Down to 11 cards. Taking 2 prize cards, which is Nazball and Water Energy, perfect. I can play Water Energy to my Gyarados on the bench. I can play Nazball for Fail to Search, or even better for something. Then I can play maybe even Rescue Stretcher. I should maybe even try to set another Gyarados in this case, but since I have 3 Gyaradoses, I'm just hitting for 2 prize cards anyway, so I don't think I'm gonna need another Gyarados in this scenario. So if my opponent plays Judge, he should definitely consider playing it, because I'm just keeping my cards available in my hand, and there's a lot of cards available in my hand actually. One good thing for him is the fact that right now he can take the knockout versus my Gyarados versus Gary. We have Magi and Gary, and Dangerous Rouge GX should do the job. Yeah, I definitely need to set another Gyarados in play. No doubt about it right now. When I think twice, I should definitely consider doing that. Rescue Stretcher, and I'm gonna shuffle back 2 Magikarps and 1 Gyarados. Actually, 2 Gyarados and 1 Magikarp, since I have Nazball available. 6 energy cards left. I also have my Marshadow available. Six energy cards left. I'm not gonna be able to knock Lycanroc out anyways this turn, and we might see Atsurola play, and that scares me a lot. So I'm maybe thinking about just going for the 1 prize card. Going for this Macargo. I don't need too much, only 1 energy to be discarded anyways. Four in this case, and 1 Gyarados. Alright, so I still have 1 Gyarados left, so it's not that bad. And there's a Brooklyn Hill, which means that I can see what cards I have left. That's the very important thing. And I have 3 energies in my discard pile, which means that I'm gonna need this Brock's Grit so I can recycle back those energies. There's a fresh Zork with the double cores energy, and we might see Kukui play. There's a Tapu Lele, so it's probably gonna be Kukui play anyways. And something tells me that I'm gonna need another Gyarados top deck. Maybe potentially even a Zebstrika. Oh, Mellow? Seriously? But wow. Wow. Wait a second. Mellow, and he's hitting for 130. Where's the Professor Kukui? Will there be maybe a double custom catcher play for the Knockout versus one of my Magikarps on the bench? Maybe even versus my Oranguru? I have no clue, but a lot of things are possible here. There is another Lycanroc, so he can even go for the Magikarp. In this scenario, that's actually even better for me. Or if he decides to do it, but he actually didn't do it. Which actually consider me a little bit, because I'm gonna lose Gyarados. I'm not gonna lose Gyarados. He can't knock my Gyarados. So he should definitely go for the Magikarp knockout. I don't know why he didn't go for the Magikarp knockout in this case. Still, he's going for only 1/3. The game is lost for him. No, he decided actually to take Oranguru in the front. Alright. He even do me a favor there, because I don't need Oranguru, I just need my Gyarados. And if I can have Gyarados in play, I can go for the one-hit knockout. Probably, because next time I can even see how many resources I have left with my Brooklyn Hill play. Let's see. Ultra Ball top deck. Wow, that's the perfect thing here. So I have 6 energy cards left, Marshadow and Gyarados. And if I play Ultra Ball here for some sort of Guzma play, and if I grab myself a Marshadow, the next thing that I can do, I can play Palpet into the 2 Brock's Grit. So 2 copies of Brock's Grit can be recycled back. And then I can attach energy, and I can play Marshadow, and I can let loose into 4. And I can let loose into Brock's Grit, which means that I can recycle a couple energy cards back with my Brock's Grit. And I can recycle 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. 1 Oranguru, 1 Magikarp, 1 Gyarados. And again, I'm discarding 7 cards from the top deck with only 3 energy cards. Alright, but the good thing right now is the fact that I have 7 cards remaining, and all 7 cards are actually energy cards. And since my opponent only have GX Pokemons in play, that's the game condition for me. Because I can't lose 3 prize cards before my opponent managed to lose his 3 prize cards. So this is probably going to be the Knockout versus Zebstrika anyways, as expected. And I still have like 1 more Brock's Grit remaining, just in case if I want to recycle something, but no, I don't have, I already use it. Alright. And there we go with the Close Slash. Close Slash is more than enough for the knockout. The problem for me is the fact that I need to top deck 1 card, and that card is probably going to be energy, and I can use my Brooklyn Hill, and I know that I have 6 energy cards left, which means that I can just use my Stilted Blast for 6 energies, and that's 210. It is enough for the one-hit knockout. Another energy and Tapu Lele. But again, nothing I can do with it. Actually, I can still lose this game, just because of the fact that I'm just dropping cards and I can't recycle them back. Especially if he can play double Acerola here. A lot of double cores energy cards are actually wasted in this scenario, and he can't even go for the one-hit knockout, which is a good thing here. There we go with another Ultra Ball play, which will be for Lily and the Professor's Elm for the Marsh. Actually, yeah, Marshadow let loose. Should work perfect there. I mean, still I'm gonna draw like 4 cards, and 4 of these cards are probably gonna be energies anyways. So it's pretty much the same situation. I can just... yeah, I mean, it is the same situation anyways. I'm drawing 4 cards. Well, 3 energies. Actually, yeah, that's the GG, because right now I'm gonna top deck energy, and then I will have 6 energy cards left. That's 180 plus 30, 210. So it is a GG. Yeah, that's it. That's the knockout. That's the game. And the last prize card was also a water energy, and we did it, guys. Gyarados proved to be a strong deck in the current format with that Distilled Blast attack. I hope you guys enjoy watching this video. Make sure to hit a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more videos. Let me also know in the comments below what you think about this deck list. Once again, here is the deck list that I used in today's video. Stay tuned for more videos. As always, have a nice day.